Very frustrating. Maybe? Maybe? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Ouch. Hold on a second. How about now? Is my audio better? This music's got you vibing, that's awesome. So I think I fixed it. It is definitely an issue with my... I think it's my CPU. So I unplugged literally everything except for what I'm using for the stream, and it solves the problem. You hear me now? Yeah. So maybe I need an upgrade on my own PC. That might be what it is. Need more USB ports, which is frustrating because this board has like 8. So how you doing, man? Let's go. Thanks for jumping on YouTube, by the way. I think I know a guy. Yeah, I know, right? It's the heart of everything over there. So if I take it apart, I'm gonna be in full. I'm just gonna be full of anxiety because I'm down until I have it back up. Literally every streamer's problem. I know. I hate. Well, I have. See, I'm smart, and I label all my cables, so everything I have running from here all the way over to my PC, which is across the other side of the room, has a label, as well as most of my other cables. But so it's easy to put back together or to troubleshoot something. For example, if I have a mic problem, I can just go look for my mic cable, unplug it, plug it back in, etc. So, which is what I just did. Makes it easy. So, labeling your cables or taking the time to do that for your stream setups is really useful. Of course, you deserve the love. Thanks. So I don't know how many people we'll have jump on here to watch and follow because we're streaming at an awkward time. Number one, it's Sunday. I don't normally stream on a Sunday. Sometimes I do, but usually it's later in the evening. Number two, normally I stream later in the evening. So I mean, I'm going to try to do more weekend streams. I just need to find the right time when everybody's available, because I know right now I'm probably competing with the NFL. So, and it's really hard to compete with the NFL. maybe this music's too loud. Let's try to do 50-50 here. My mic seems a little bit loud. It keeps hitting the yellow threshold. I'm also projecting my voice very well. Let's just adjust it a little bit there. I'm at work, so I'm here to chill, man. Nice. What do you do at work? I'm gonna go grab my drink real quick.
Should I?
Awesome. Glad I sound good. Yeah, let me know what you do at work. I'm always curious to see what people do. But anyway, today is our budget of budget builds. So we are actually going to be building a super automotive factory. I run CNCs. Nice. I actually did a lot of IT work with CNC machines where they needed to deliver the CAD file from, say, the designers or engineers straight to the CNC machine. And they were super old CAD or CNC machines, so they didn't really attach to the network. So I had to work around with a solution. I remember doing that for an older group. Saved them a ton of money because they were thinking about throwing a bunch of money at newer CNC machines just so they can have the tech, and I told them they probably should, but then it's not in their budget. It wasn't. So I got them some workarounds to get it connected so that they could do what they wanted to do. And that was, I don't even remember how I did it. That was so long ago. Not what I want to do for a job, but it pays the bills. Hey, you know what? That's fine. You got to pay the bills. So today, our budget of budget builds. This is kind of what I've been talking about for a couple of streams. Wanted to do this actually on Friday, but we had way too many calls and support requests for the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So unfortunately that pushed back on my schedule, and I needed to wrap up a bunch of deliverables for customers that were already waiting for me to finish on Friday. So I had to cancel this stream or that stream and do it today. So I see a GPU in there. Yeah, there's a couple different ones here actually. I don't know which ones we're gonna end up using. Ooh, that's glitchy. Look at that. I don't like that. Hold on, let me fix that. I think it's my Logitech camera's prioritizing exposure rather than frame rate. So let me fix that real quick. Because that's glitchy. There we go. That should maybe help. Except it's auto focusing. It's a little better. We'll see how that goes. Definitely don't like that. That's bothering me. Hold on one second. Let me reset this cam real quick. See if this helps. What is the... I think it's the exposure on the camera actually, but whatever. I'll deal with that later. If it gets really bad, I'll deal with it. What is the titles planned to be played on this build, and what FPS are we shooting for? So yeah, the FPS, kind of aiming for better than 60, or hopefully around 60 or better. It's honestly a 300. I was trying to build this within $300. So I did shop around and I found some deals on things just to kind of prove the fact that a $300 gaming PC can be done. The titles that you're aiming for are, well, I mean, that really comes down to the graphics card because the platform can handle pretty much any game. It's the graphics card that's really limiting us, and that's because of the budget. But I have two graphics cards here that I found. So this one got actually some dust on it still, so I might actually run out and blow this out. Didn't realize how much dust was on there when I bought it, but I got it used. It's a GTX 1050. It is a 2 gigabyte. Resolution would be 1080p preferred. So this is a 2 gigabyte GTX 1050. Very old school. And the other option is a RX 550, which is 4 gigabyte. So it gives us a little bit more VRAM at the same performance of a probably GTX 1050. So I think if we did the 550, we would be able to play Warzone because of the 4 gigs. And they were at the same price. And this is a BioStar. If you haven't, or I'm sorry, this is a Yeston model. If you haven't heard of them, they're more popular over in Asia. They're slowly kind of showing up over here. Newegg has them. I think Amazon has a few of their cards too, but more popular on Newegg in the States. But Yeston is a brand that's been around for a while. And they usually are pretty cheap, and they're usually available because nobody recognizes the brand. And they're an actual brand. So, so those are the two graphics card options we have to stay within budget. If we want to go over budget, I could do a GTX 1650 4 gig, which I also have. Which is just a Zotac Gaming GTX 1650. 4 gigabytes GDDR6. So that would be our, if we aren't able to achieve our performance that we wanted, then we would obviously upgrade it. We'd go over budget, then we know for sure it really can't be done. And then also I've got GTX 1660 Supers, also by Zotac. If we really need to go up that high, I don't think we do. But yeah, I've got all sorts of different cards we could throw in here. But overall, this build out with either the 1050 or the 550 is going to achieve, I'd say, most titles except for your Warzone and other newer titles, 60 plus FPS. So, okay, going back into my job, I'll be here if you don't talk much. It's because if I don't talk much, it's because I'm packing out my parts. No worries, man. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the build. We don't seem to have a huge crowd right now. Again, it's kind of a weird time for me to stream, so kind of figured it was gonna be like that. Probably gonna build this pretty quick, so hang on to your boots. Oh, this is special. So the platform, we'll talk about that real quick. So it is a Intel i3. It is an open box, without a box, from Micro Center. We did get the processor. This was actually about a month ago for $71 open box. This is a Intel i3 10105. Did the 105 originally because I was going to use the stock cooler, but then I found, it comes with a black cooler rather than the blue ugly one. That's the difference between the 105, between the 105 and the 100. Comes with a black cooler. Ooh. But I did find this super cheap Be Quiet Pure Rock Slim 2. Also open box for $23. I don't even know if all the mounting kit pieces are in here because it is open box. I didn't look. I'm giving you the full experience here. But can it run? Actually, this could run Crysis. Maybe not very well, but like 40 FPS, sure. It'll run it. And then I got a couple of fans to go with the case. The case that we're building in is a Montech. This is a very basic Montech case. It's the X1. The X1 has, what I liked about it is the front mesh and the fact that it's only $50 for the case, an ATX case, and all 4 fans come with it. The fans, downside, are not PWM and they are not addressable RGB. They only just run one LED color and that's it. So that's the downside to going with this case, but it is cheaper, and it doesn't feel like a cheap case. So if you feel the metal, it just doesn't feel like your cheap case. It actually feels somewhat quality. The structure feels nice. I mean, there is a little bit of give to it, but it's not super thin metal. And it's got really nice front panel options, being your USB 3, 2.0, your audio, your reset, and there's even an LED button because there's upgraded models of this case with addressable RGB fans. So we'll put that down there. The motherboard we're building in, well, cheapest option I could get, with the best, basically best bang for the buck. DDR3 RAM now. This is an i3 10th gen. So we are building with DDR4. So best bang for the buck is what I was aiming for. This was $57.96. This is a business motherboard. So this is an Asus Pro B460MC. The C just stands that I think it has USB-C on it, but that's what I think it means. Or no. Does not. So I don't know what the C stands for. I'll have to go look that up. But anyway, so this is a DDR4 platform, B460 motherboard. Best bang for the buck. Again, remember, I know it's green and it's ugly, but it's going to perform better than your H410. And you'll have more upgrade options on this. And it was cheap. Again, don't know if it works. You're getting the full experience. Don't have a backup option either. We're going with 16 gigabytes of DDR4. This is 3000 megahertz. This is G.Skill Aegis. So 2 8 gig sticks is what we're running. Because gaming PCs today should have more than 8 gigs. 16 is kind of the base. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't hear what CPU had in there. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a Intel i3 10400 or 10100 10105. Gosh. And it's an open box, so it came in a bag. The SSD we're using is actually 1 terabyte. So we got this for $50. This was at Micro Center for $50. It's an M.2 NVMe. So it's got 2200 megabits a second read, 1600 megabits write. So you got plenty of storage. The reason why I do that is because, again, you're building this PC for the best bang for the buck. Obviously, you want to have a little bit of storage because, you know, more of today's games are getting bigger and bigger, but at the same time, you want to be able to make sure the person has the ability to install multiple games. So if instead you went super cheap and for like $30, you can have a 256 gigabyte SSD or 40 for $512. You may as well just go up $10 more and get the 1 terabyte. It's the best bang for the buck. So we got 1 terabyte SSD, we got 16 gigs of RAM, an Intel i3 processor, and a Be Quiet Pure Rock Slim 2, all on a B460 motherboard. That is a business motherboard, but it gives you more upgrade options. Again, idea, best bang for the buck. Power supply was not $39. I think it was like $32 or something like that at Micro Center, and it is a Thermaltake Smart Series. It's 500 watts, so it gives us enough power to power up to probably a GTX 1660 Super, even a RTX 3050 if you wanted to. So gives it a little bit of wiggle room for upgrades, and it's enough to power the system. So it's not a 400 watt. Wouldn't do that. Like 500 is the lowest I'll go these days for a budget PC. All right, so we're gonna need the motherboard, cooler, RAM, SSD, and the CPU. Now again, this is open box shopping for deals, building a PC for under $300 to game. Goals 1080p, like Fortnite, for example. You know, somebody that just wants to PC game or getting started in it, doesn't have a huge budget, just want to show it's possible. So you are going to get the full experience here. I have not tested any of these parts, so we'll find out if there's a bent pin. Don't know. Especially with motherboards that auto overclock, lol. Yeah. Well, the good sign right now is that the motherboard actually has its shield on. So this is our B460 that we're going to be working with the ugly green color. But again, best bang for the buck. So instead of an H410 being at the same price, we got a B460. And I think it was just under $60. Again, I bought these parts about a month ago too, so I did find better deals since then. I could have had an Asus TUF Gaming board for the same price now. I came across one of those. And that was a B560M TUF Gaming with Wi-Fi for, I think it was like $5 more too, maybe. But, oh well. It'll be hit or miss, and that's the important piece about shopping around. Especially when you're doing a budget like this. 500 is bare minimum, I know. That it boots, lol. Yeah, we'll see if it posts. We'll see. So, first thing we're going to do is check out these pins. I'm actually a little worried about this. I mean, they look okay. I don't know if you can see it or not. None of them look bent, so that's a good sign. There's some weirdness going on the CPU, so that's a little bit of a concern. Like, for example, that. I don't know what that is. You see that little mark right there? That's kind of weird. I'm going to look under the magnifying glass real quick. That actually might be a problem.
Hi.
Maybe. Well, I've got another i3 around here somewhere, so worst case scenario, we have to go get one of those. But we're giving you the experience here. So, in my expert opinion, I would not use that CPU because I believe there's some sort of damage there. So, here we go. Now that we got that installed, let's just go ahead and get the RAM. This is how it came, damaged, open box. It was $38 for two 8-gig sticks of 3000 megahertz CL16, and this is G.Skill Aegis. This is what happens when you buy open box. You're playing Russian roulette. If this thing posts, I'm gonna actually be pretty surprised. Hey, we actually got the screws for the M.2, so that's another thing when you buy open box items. You may not have screws, or just little things that come with the products. Your case may not have the screws, etc. So just keep that in mind when you buy open box items. I've seen that a lot. They just don't care. So pretty much the SSD is the only brand new item in here. I don't like buying used storage. That is, and normally used RAM. and motherboards, actually. Those are normally the most common that give you problems when you buy them used. We got the RAM installed. We're going to drop this SSD in there. We just got the stud mounted as well. So here we go. SSD installed. Nice, quick, and easy. Now let's get this cooler on there. Again, I have this as a backup. Came with the CPU. Don't want to use it. We're going to be using the Pure Rock Slim 2, which is a tower air cooler with 3 heat pipes. It's actually meant for a smaller tower, but because this is actually a decent cooler for the price of, I think it was $23, really couldn't be beat. Was definitely worth it, especially if you're gaming a lot on this budget build. And also we cheaped out on the case fan, so I wanted to make sure we had a decent enough cooler on the CPU, even though it's an i3. So at least it came with the fan, and it comes with the pegs. But what I don't see here is the screws to mount these pegs to the actual heatsink. And this thing was just jammed in there. Screws are on here because the last person that tried to use it on an AMD platform. So that's easy enough. We just remove these. We have the screws. And then mount the Intel. I'm also going to use this thermal paste on here. That's on here, although that looks like there's a couple of crumbs on there, so I'm going to try to get those off. But I want to give you the open box experience. You get what you pay for.
Right there, stay. Right here.
I didn't see what was wrong with the CPU. Oh, it's got a weird chip in the on the pin. One of the pins looks like it's damaged, or one of the gold plates, which is probably why it got returned. It looks like it got dropped. So we'll see what happens. I've got another i3 here. Not the exact one, but it's an i3 10400F, which is actually like $69 on Amazon right now, open box. So that's my backup option. Mine that I have is brand new, but or is it an i5? I know for sure I have an i5, and I have no. Never mind. I've got a couple options. We'll figure it out if it doesn't post. So I'm just going to clear a couple of crumbs off of this thermal paste. But I'm going to use what we have. So this mounting kit is just pegs, just like your stock cooler. Same thing. If you ever wondered about the cooler itself, that's what kind of pegs it has for Intel. Or mounting. Not the greatest because you don't get a lot of tension on there, but and it seems like this one doesn't want to go in. There we go. That one wanted to fight back a little bit. New problem. So I've only got one of these. one of these mounting clips. So our workaround would be zip ties. Unless I can find it in the box, hopefully. If I only have one, I can't really mount the fan. That sucks. Open box experience right here, boys. So looks like we're gonna have to zip tie this. We're already getting janky.
Yes, you watched it. Camper. Same round pillow on that bed.
So normally these brackets would be used to clamp the fan to the heatsink, but without the bracket, you really can't clamp it. So,
Jimmy, I have that same round pillow on the bed. Did you see that?
I'm going to clamp the top one. And then use a zip tie for the other side. You gotta do what you gotta do. Zip ties it is. Yeah, this is your budget option. Hopefully somebody sees this and either decides not to do this or uses it and finds some value out of it, you know? So I'm thinking something like this. Or I don't know. I really don't want to get in front of the blades because it may touch, but I don't think I have a choice. Oh well. It's gonna look janky, but it'll hold it on there. I already messed that up. Well, that'll work. You know, I've never had to do that before. Obviously, if this was an actual customer's build, I would not be doing this. There we go. Fan spins, it's not touching the zip tie, and it's holding it on there pretty well. And we're way better off with that thing than a stock cooler.
Oh, I see it.
Stock coolers suck. At least they gave us the i3 sticker. All right, so that's pretty much half the computer right there. Let's get the case. If it posts zip ties and all. Yes. See if this works. All right, so this was an open box purchase as well. I did double check because I didn't want to sit here like digging around for screws to make sure at least some screws were provided, and this is what they sent. So there are some screws here. In fact, they sent over some mounting pieces to other kits as well as some stock AM4 brackets. So you get what you pay for. Our cables look like they're all here, so that's a good sign. Yeah. Nothing wrong with the case that I could see. No dents or anything. I think somebody bought this and then realized that the fans don't change color. And then they're like, oh, hell no. Back didn't want to open very well, but that's okay. We got it. And here's the back. These fans definitely don't change colors because we have the Molex Centipede is what we call this going. Nice chain of Molex connections. We'll be able to zip tie these up actually very nicely. And I kind of want to get these cables running through that back channel. I don't know why we have them pulled out front like this. I think the previous owner really didn't have a lot of experience here with building. They just pulled all the cables front facing and probably wasn't going to do anything with the cables. No cable management at all. But there's a nice little channel here that we can run these. That's what I'm going to try to jam all these cables through. Probably where they were when they first opened the box. So, much better for that one. And then we can add a little bit of zip ties here just to clean that up. I want to do that now before I start putting a bunch of stuff in here. Just to make it look a little cleaner. I know it's a budget build, but my build quality will still be there. Much better. All right, so let's put our I/O plate on there. Hopefully this is the right one for this board. Looks like it's correct. That'd be funny. I've actually seen that before. The wrong I/O plate with the motherboard. Or back plate. There we go. And looks like we're missing a couple of studs. 1, 2. We need one here and one here. I'm going to steal 2 from the case. Unless he has them in here. He does! Wow! He being the previous owner of this open box purchase. Huh. Who's this going to again? Just kidding? No, it's not going to anybody. This is just purely for shits and giggles. Shits and giggles. Can you build a gaming PC in a $300 or under $300 in 2022? That's what this is. Wouldn't surprise me if it was the wrong plate. Yeah, I know, right? So many things can go wrong buying open box. All right. We got all our studs put together here. Uh-oh. I'm just going to drop this whole bag of screws because I'm going to have to locate which ones are which. Aha! Found one. The open box experience. Right here. This is lost all magnetation. So I'm going to start with getting all 4 corners. So I don't know if all screws are here. At least then I'd have 4 corners. Which, by the way, is a Total Annihilation map. That's really fun. If anybody played that old game. Listen, it's not bad until it's held together with duct tape. I mean, we're like 2 steps there. We have zip ties going and holding the fan on the heatsink because we're missing brackets. So we're 1 step away from that. I should just put the back panel on with duct tape or something. Just wrap it around the whole case, block some vents. Who cares? All right, so we actually had all the screws here. So that was nice. I did grab 2 fans out of my inventory. But I would mark these at like $5 a piece. They're PWM black. So the only thing I didn't get was any sort of splitter. So we have a header down here, and we have a header over here. That's a problem. So we might only be able to use one. Unless the cable length allows me to go down and over. I don't think it will. What other options do I have? I don't know, I'll have to think about that, but I'll always put them in. I'll definitely get the corner, top right corner plugged in, because that'll be helping with the pressure. Are you sure you want to remove webcam? Apparently I bumped a key on my keyboard here and I'm trying to remove a webcam while on live stream on my Streamlabs. So, sorry. No, I don't want to remove the webcam. But yeah, when you're running a cheap system like this, cooling is important because it's going to run hard. It's going to have to run hard. Graphics cards are getting in my way. Okay, Ben, if you pull out the duct tape, I will drive 2 hours just to shake your hand. Do I even have duct tape here? Yes. I have duct tape. Oh, these screws are so janky. Look at these screws just fell through the. Oh my gosh. Well, these aren't gonna work. Welcome to budget builds, where things just don't work. The screw just went right through the slot because it doesn't have a big enough lip. Well, I mean, I have duct tape here, but I mean, I haven't found a use for it yet on the system. What do we call this one? Like duct tape and zip tie build? Frankenstein? Oh, there's still time. So, new thing coming. I'm ordering a capture card. Never thought I'd say that. Duct tie build, yeah. Duct tie build, there you go. That works. But I'm going to order a capture card so that I can capture the computer posting. And then we could also go through the Windows installs and stuff like that if you guys wanted to. Not that I like doing that. But perfect example would be after we built this, I would have proof of post, number one. Not me just saying, oh yeah, it posted. But I'd have proof of post, and then we could also run through kind of more around the software side of things. That would be dope. Yeah, I thought you'd like that. Definitely want to be careful with putting SATA cables here. We don't have a SATA drive here, but I'm putting these in just because they're there and available. And so they'll be there and available if wherever the system ends up needs more storage. That would be dope. Here, let me just bump the crap out of my camera. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. No, I don't do... Nah, you don't gotta go through the Windows install. Just post it to the BIOS would be good. Okay. Well, I mean, for a special stream like this, would be kind of cool that we're going through the build, going through the install, going through the drivers, so that you have the full experience of what you would have to go through if you buy all these open box used parts and all these things on an extreme budget. It sometimes can be a pain in the ass. So... And then, of course, benchmarks, performance. Let's see how it actually runs. That's kind of what I was thinking of. The Windows installs actually don't take that long, so. I got at least one fan plugged in. The other one, damn it. The other one I'm gonna have to figure out here. All right, so let's get the front panel connections plugged in. Okay. this is our front panel, power button, reset, all that jazz. LEDs, I believe they go there. Didn't actually look. Front panel USB 2.0. And then our USB 3, I think, is up here. It is. And then our HD audio. HD audio. Okay. Got all our cables at least in a spot where I can grab them here and plug them in. USB front panel 3.0. USB 3.0. Then I'm going to do these front panel connectors for the power button. Hard drive LED. Reset. Power switch. And power LED, negative and positive. Pull some of this slack back. USB 2.0 or 1, yeah, 2.0. And our HD audio. The reason why I'm running this way instead of up and in is because I absolutely hate seeing cables from the bottom up. Drives me nuts. So I'd rather run it like this and then zip tie it down. Just looks cleaner to me. Come on. Here we go. Clean cable. Haha, metal spring. Ayo, what kind of build are we doing today? So we are doing the budget of budget builds. The goal is to build a PC for under $300 that can game, play Fortnite or something, 1080p, 60 FPS or better. So it's more of a challenge. This is not a customer's build. It's an i3, 16 gigs of DDR4, 3000 megahertz RAM. This is a B460 business class, 1 terabyte M.2 NVMe, Gen 3, and a Be Quiet cooler in a Montech X1 case, ATX case. And the graphics card, I think I'm going to go with the Radeon because I have two. I have a GTX 1050 or a RX 550, 4 gigabyte versus the 2. So I think, I'm honestly thinking I go with the RX 550, 4 gigabyte. It's got more VRAM. So at least maybe we could play Call of Duty. We'll see. So it is a super cheap budget build. can we do it in 2022? Also, most of these items are open box. I've shopped around for parts, got deals on parts and things, and honestly, giving you the open box experience. How big of a pain in the ass it is to build with open box parts. Number one, we already know, or I already know, or pretty sure that the CPU is going to have a problem. We'll see though. I'm giving you the full experience. So if anybody wanted to go out and build a budget PC and do open box stuff like I did, go for it. You just run into a lot of weird stuff. Alright, so we got our graphics card installed, our CPU, our RAM, our SSD, our cooler, our fans. Cables are plugged in. I think all we're missing is a power supply. So, let's do that. Then we get to find out if this thing posts. Then we get to deal with all the problems. Very nice kid-friendly starter. Yeah, I mean, if you want to build your kid a nice PC, it looks cool and plays Fortnite or Minecraft, this will do it. $300 plus $10 product key if you want to activate Windows. But I did not skimp out on the power supply. One of the two things that were brand new. Forgot I did that. Power supply is brand new. I don't buy used power supplies ever. Ever. You never know what you're plugging in. Actually, I need that. Gimme. Yeah, one of the downsides to this power supply is the ketchup mustard cables, but it's under $300, so at least an 80 plus white certified power supply. That's like the bare minimum I'll ever do on any type of budget build. And I don't even like, usually I go with UVGA. I don't even do these Thermaltake power supplies, but UVGA's prices went up. Can't imagine why. There's actually another brand out there that I like to use for budgets. It's Ace Game. You got a 500 watt power supply, bronze rated. I think it's like $40 or $45. It's not bad. Bronze rated, all black cables, no ketchup mustard. Lots of cable options on there. Decent little power supply for the budget. But I mean, at that rate, you can almost go to like $54 for a bronze rated or even gold rated power supply by UVGA. Well, didn't think this one through. Come on. Couldn't send that cable through there with the USB 3.0 cable in the same slot. I had to put the cable through and then push the USB 3.0 cable through. All the complications of a cheap case. All right, we got our CPU cable. CPU power. Doesn't even fit in the hole in the case. Barely. Hey Josh, over on Facebook. Thanks for the like, man. If your budget is $300 when you can't really worry about, yeah, I know you really can't worry about the ketchup and mustard cables. But I mean, I'm just saying there probably were better options out there. I actually planned to do this build a lot sooner than I did. So I bought these parts a while ago, so I was going to basically just do it that week that I bought these parts. Never got around to it because I got so busy with other things. And yeah, here I am. So there's probably some better options if I shopped around for a power supply. But at the time I was at Micro Center, I was like, nah, that's probably the best deal I'm gonna find right now. These power supplies were all over the place with prices. There you go. That's pretty much it. The only thing is I can't plug this fan in because I don't think it's going to reach. We'll see if I can get it to. Don't think it will. Well, it reached, so I actually didn't think it would. Go Deep Cool for putting longer cables on their fans. Or generous cable length, anyway. And I had enough to put an L in it and keep it from being ugly. But this side, though, this side looks wonderful. Let's take care of this real quick. The Molex Centipede. Really not a whole lot we can do here, except for try to keep the cables in the channel and just button them up a little bit. Because it's got, if you look here, I don't know if maybe you can or cannot see it, but it is a tight fit between where the side panel goes on and the actual back of the PC where the motherboard is. There is no space out here whatsoever for cables. Minimal space anyway. Very minimal. Unfortunately, we are very limited to trying to keep all the cables in this channel, which is okay. Just limits your cable options. I'm going to try to keep as much of it as possible in here. Do 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 do. Ah, perfect time to pull out the duct tape. We might have to tape them cables in place. You know, you're really pushing for that duct tape. Like, I feel like I have to put a piece of duct tape on this build somewhere. By the way, I got swords. I made you a VIP. There's nothing really special about being VIP yet, but you have a badge, I think. Going to add stuff here once we get to affiliate, which this should be our last stream requires, or last stream to become affiliate. To at least meet all the requirements anyway. Nothing I can really do about this extra fat cable that's just sitting here. It might become a problem though. We might have to break the duct tape out. Just to get the panel on there. Let's see. Okay, I was able to push it down nice enough and get it to slide. So, it is trying to fight it though. See, watch. Bloop. Bloop. I feel wanted. Thanks, Ben. You're welcome. It's just, you're pretty much on every stream, so I think you earned it. We'll get some rewards and things out there soon for that. For those statuses. I guess what type of rewards would you want to see on here? The reason why I'm taking this plastic off first is because it goes right underneath the screws, and if you go to pull these screws off, it's going to be a problem. And then I just realized that I don't want to put the glass on because you won't be able to see it because of the reflection. But we're pretty much ready to just plug this in and see if it posts. Power. See if it blows up on me. It won't because I actually bought a brand new power supply. Do. Okay, we have power to the system. We have lights. Oh, I'm worried about the chip CPU play. Me too. Give me both, man. Oh my gosh, it actually just posted. CPU and new CPU installed. Please enter setup, configure system. Well, next question is, how well is it going to run? I mean, it looked like there was a whole plate missing off the CPU. So maybe it's for something that we're not using, just to post. Oh, this is old school BIOS on this business motherboard. Don't even have a mouse. Got AI tweaker, DRAM. Where's my XMP? Bro, I bought this for gaming, not business, man. Oh wow. DDR4 2933 megahertz is the only option available. So this is the type of stuff that I want to show you guys on the stream, but so that capture card will help. So I'm actually shocked that that posted. Absolutely kind of just shocked because I really expected this to go south. Well, there you go, guys. You can build a budget build with OpenBox and have no problems at all, except maybe use some zip ties and some duct tape. It'll work fine. Uh-oh. It's not come back up yet since I left the BIOS. Don't think it likes the RAM speed. I was trying to set the XMP for 3000 megahertz. Where's the clear CMOS button? Pretty sure the battery on this is under the graphics card. It is. That sucks. And I also don't know where my clear CMOS button is. I wonder how many of the cores are being seen. Yeah. Well, I can't see any now. We're not posting now. And I can't find my clear CMOS pins. Yeah, we've got nothing. Nothing on display now. Speaker. I think we're gonna have to pull the graphics card and undo the battery. It's our only option. And then I'll just run the RAM stock, I guess, or try to go slower on the XMP. Because these boards don't just have your auto XMP stuff. There we go. We got our battery out. Let's see if we can rectify this situation. I don't know how long it takes to discharge this board, but I'm going to assume pretty quick. Oh. There we go. Well, let's see if we get a post now. Oh, troubleshooting is so fun. Hey, the screen's lighting up. We got a post again. So definitely the issue with the RAM. Screw it, I'm gonna leave it default for now. I'm not gonna dick around with it.
Pro is still mine.
Let's pretend I don't know anything about XMP and move forward. 'Cause that's kind of the budget person that would be building is maybe they don't have the experience with XMP to deal with it. All right, so I got the USB stick in for Windows. I'm just gonna run through and install that real quick. I didn't check the BIOS for storage, or the cores actually, and to look. But we're up and running. We posted. We're installing Windows in 2 seconds, hopefully, if it sees the storage. I mean, all good signs, right? I don't know how stable the system will be because I am still worried about that pin on the CPU. Sees the storage, it's installing, so we're going. We're moving forward. Said nobody ever, yeah. I feel like Anakin Skywalker with his pod racer. It's working!
Stop it.
But I think the 4 gig card was going to be a good call, especially for trying to run Warzone, because I know 2 gig VRAM isn't enough. Well, 19% on the install. I don't know if you guys want to hang out for this or not, but I can always just post the stats or have a follow-up stream later to kind of give you an update. I think that's what we'll do. We'll just do a follow-up post on Twitter or something to give you the screenshots of performance on this thing. But overall, $300 PC. We have it posted. I'm worried about the CPU still. We have our fan zip tied to the heatsink because we're missing clips. We didn't have to use duct tape, so I got Source doesn't have to drive over here and shake my hand. But it's working. I wonder if the chip is why it won't let you have higher hertz on the. It might be, yeah, that could be very much so. Although the memory controller on the 400 series is on the board, not the chip. You would do it for free? Well, I don't know how stable the system will be. That's what I'm most curious about. Like, let's run Cinebench. See what happens. Put the glass on, run Cinebench. See how hot we could get it. But there you go. You can go out and shop around for parts and deals. But you could build a gaming PC for under $300. It'll be limited on what games you can play, and I think that's my camera doing that. I keep seeing flashing. This guy right here is giving me problems. But you could build a PC for $300, and you could game on it. That's the whole idea. If you shop around, buy open box, you can. Just beware when you're buying open box, you're going to be missing. That's the other point is you're going to have missing parts. You're going to have missing pieces to parts. And you're just going to have to get creative if you do it that way. And you also may run into situations where parts look like they're working, but may not be working. So later when you're actually gaming, things may not work. So that's going to be part 2 where I post the performance and the results. It may post and it may install Windows, and then all of a sudden it's blue screening while you're gaming. Or shutting down. So, all of those are possibilities. Well, we're already done with the install and we're rebooting.
This was for Halloween because I saw Halloween stuff.
That's why you go with an NVMe SSD. M.2. so much faster.
That's how I.
Yeah, if I would have done a SATA, it would have taken like 10 more minutes. 'Cause that was the other option. SATA is cheap, so that's another cheaper or alternative I could have gone. Is a SATA SSD, but you lose performance, so things aren't going to be as snappy. The NVMe makes it really snappy, so it hides the fact that it's an i3. Helps hide it. I jumped into Tuna's stream and he was playing Sonic with his new PC in the background. Oh, nice. Yeah. I actually checked out Tuna's before and after streams. So the before stream compared to the stream on the new PC. So the stream on the old PC versus the stream on the new PC. And you could tell the difference that he was streaming on the new PC just by the quality of the stream. It just looked so much clearer. So his stream is handling, or at least running, better as it was on the new PC, and he was pushing like 180 FPS plus on all pretty much stock settings in Modern Warfare 2. So that thing is a beast. He had some issues with one of his monitors, but I think that was the cable. It's either the cable or G-Sync being a problem. I think he's got that figured out. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm just getting a weird smell from the computer all of a sudden. kind of concerning. Smells like a piece of plastic stuck somewhere and it's melting. But not like burning, just like melting plastic. Hopefully that's not the fans, the centipede that we have down there. That would be the only thing I could think. Hey, Colin, playing pub on this bad boy tonight? No, I'm not playing PUBG on this one. I hope nobody ever has to play PUBG on this one. This is a challenge. Build a gaming PC for under $300, and this is what we got. And it actually posted too, because we bought open box parts. And to give you the open box experience, I'm actually shocked that it's posting, because I'm pretty sure there's a plate missing off the CPU. That's like mind blowing. Yeah. So this is just proof that you could go out and buy $300 worth of parts and put together a, playable gaming PC. So you don't have to go spend $1,000 to play Minecraft or Fortnite. So let's say you're a dad and you're a DIY guy, or a DIY guy, and right, do it yourself, yeah, DIY guy, and you want to just build a system for as cheap as possible. This is your option for your kid who wants to play Minecraft or Fortnite or Valorant. Even Valorant will actually play pretty well on this. That's what all the at least my kid's into the Valorant right now. Seems to be pretty popular. But I mean, it'll give you like 60 to 80 FPS probably in Valorant. Smooth enough to play. We just got into Windows actually right now, so Windows just booted up. I just finished the setup. Now I'm gonna just throw some drivers on there, and I'm gonna run. The first thing I want to do is run Cinebench to see if the CPU blue screens. Next thing I want to do is run some sort of memory intensive program, because as soon as we did the XMP profile or set the RAM speeds, it wouldn't post. So there's a little bit of a concern there. We don't have internet. What the H? Pretty sure I have a USB wireless dongle around here somewhere. I don't right there. I'm just going to go download the drivers real quick on a flash drive. Give me 1 second. Enjoy some music and me not talking for a minute. Be right back. All right. We have our drivers. Just vibing to the music. Nice. So the other thing I was thinking about is maybe we do a BIOS update on this motherboard and see if we can get that RAM to run there. So I grabbed the BIOS as well.
No, it's not.
One thing I hate about ASUS is they unzip.
No.
They don't unzip just like a single folder. They try to unzip the whole thing, so you have to like create a new folder if you want to run it unzipped.
Watching that video. No. No.
But most of the time with ASUS, you're just running the Armory Crate anyway, so. There's our BIOS.
Guys, what do you think I'm being for Halloween?
All right. We got our drivers unzipped. Now let's run some installs. Then we'll at least get the Radeon drivers installed, and then we can run Cinebench. Radeon for the video card.
No.
Do 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 do. We got Ethernet. We got LAN. LAN ahoy! I was actually going to say maybe BIOS update, but I didn't know how deep you wanted to dive in. Again, I'm trying to pretend I'm like just doing this for the first time, I guess. I don't know. Most people won't even go through and install the drivers that I'm installing, which is like the chipset drivers and stuff. They just think it's all automatic and all they got to do is the video card drivers. That's good. That's just because it's what most people tell them to do. So I'm already past. That's because I just want to see what the CPU could do when it's set up right. I just want to see. Curious. We gotta go pull B550, or I'm sorry, not B, RX 550 drivers out of the Radeon archives. The drivers. I haven't had to do one of these in a while. Good news is it's still supported today. Yeah, I don't think that casual would even know how to get into the BIOS. Yeah. I don't think so either. Other than the screen tells you have to when you first plug it in and fire it up. I wonder what people think when they're going through that, like, first time ever. Oh my gosh. And if people just expect Windows to be automatically on there and stuff. I actually see a lot of questions around that kind of stuff on forums, like PC builder forums that I'm on. I just built my computer and it does this, and it's a picture of a BIOS screen. What do I do next? I mean, impressive that they got that far, but I think you should have done your research a little bit further. And then half the time they don't have another PC to build the Windows installation media, so then they just go buy it online and spend the $150 for a key and a USB drive. That would be really cool if that was actually built into the firmware. Like a bootable flash drive on the firmware of your computer that has Windows installation media. To simplify it. So it at least gets the installation media going and then downloads the drivers. They could do so much with that. Although it's probably a security problem. Oh my gosh, I just blew Microsoft's mind right there. Instead, they want to go with Windows 365. Eliminate the hardware completely. Here's a NUC. Use that. Almost done with these driver installs here. Guess I should probably screw the graphics card back in. Unless I'm going to try to get the RAM running. Not sure how I feel about that yet. Don't recommend doing this, screwing your graphics card in while your PC is running, because it actually wiggles the PCIe. And you could disconnect your card live while it's running. And while I'm doing the drivers on top of it. That'd be awkward. Alright. And we're restarting. So we got the drivers. Next thing is Cinebench. Let's see what happens with an i3. I knew it was just going to be really quick, so that's why I was like, you know what, let's just do it live stream. Just the only thing I can't do, because I don't have a capture card on my PC yet, is share the screen. Logistically, that's going to be a pain in the ass, because I'm going to have 25-foot HDMI running to my PC, and then another 25-foot running to my monitor. That's going to be interesting. All right. Access your device? No thanks. We don't want a Windows account right now. Nah. Don't want a Windows account. It asks you 3 times. All I want to do is just install the Cinebench. Well, Cinebench launch. That's a good sign. We'll do the multi-core. That's probably gonna run the CPU the hardest.
Games.
I click start, nothing's happening. That's not good.
Okay, what up?
Oh, there we go. It's loading up.
Banana.
Oh, it's slow. It's so slow compared to like an i9. It's actually sad.
What?
Oh, the other thing I didn't do is I want to get HW monitor on here and look at the temps.
I didn't beat doors.
Oh, on today's episode of How You Brick Your PC with our host, the most Ben. This is how you brick it. I had to stop the Cinebench because I need the CPU power to open the web browser. I need a core.
Fine.
Come on now. It's just downloading HW monitor and it's like, "Buh." I think that's because I was just running Cinebench. Still freaking out a little bit.
Or drinking. Doors. He does. What do you mean?
So how's everybody else doing tonight? Today, this afternoon.
Yes, I have.
What time is it? 3:40 Eastern?
Yes. Enjoying your stay? Enjoying another day?
Oh my
There's a
god.
person in the window. Guys, there's a person in the window. He's not creepy. Oh, and I see eyeballs right here.
It's finished downloading it, but I'm pretty sure the real-time antivirus is doing something weird on the background.
What?
I don't know why.
Yes, I see him. I saw him. Jimmy, come here. Come out right here.
There we go. I just shut real-time off and the download finished.
Hi, Jimmy.
Thanks, Windows. Microsoft Defender. All right. Waiting for HW monitor to open. Seems to be a slight task for this poor Intel i3.
Go to this bush right here. There you go.
There we go. Rerunning Cinebench multi-core for 10 minutes. See what our temps go to. I mean, right now it's only running 56 Celsius, which is pretty impressive.
Fortnite is the best game. I hate it.
I don't have the glass on, though.
Wait, what? Wait, what? I mean, I was forced to say it.
4 cores, all of them being used.
Fortnite is the best game. I hate it.
Just pegged at 100%. 4.18 gigahertz currently. So that's not bad. It's not thermal throttling right now. It's at 60 Celsius. Climbing.
What video?
It just smells like something's burning, but it's not. I don't see any smoke. It just smells like plastic burning.
Hold on.
I wonder if the CPU is cooking. Oh boy. Fans are starting to ramp up. Yes. Do you smell it? It's a weird smell. It smells like new plastic, my daughter says. Alright, Ben, I gotta get myself cleaned up and ready to go home. Great stream, man. I'll catch you in the next one. Awesome, man. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out with us. I'm pretty much done here, too. I think I'm gonna shut it off. But it's rating itself down by kind of where I expected. It's rated right around an i7 7700K. So just throwing this out there, guys. An i3 10th gen, 4 cores, 8 threads, can compete with an Intel i7 7700K. That's how old the i7 7700K is. So if you're buying a PC and you're looking at an i3 10400 versus an i7 7700K, the i3 is actually going to be a better option because you're on a newer platform that you can upgrade with than the i7 7700K. Keep that in mind. But for the most part, we're floating around 62 Celsius. Our power's maxed out on the draw for the CPU, so I don't think it's going to get any hotter. And our CPU is just pegged at 100% at 4.18 gigahertz, which it should actually go up to, I think, 4.3. So a little bit of a throttle there, but that might be the BIOS. I didn't update that, and I don't have the XMP running on the RAM yet. Last time I tried to do the RAM, it wouldn't post, so got to do that BIOS update and retry. But for the most part, I mean, it's no problems, no blue screens. 4 minutes into Cinebench, so that's pretty impressive. Alright, so Cinebench is good enough for me. I'm gonna run Warzone. I'm gonna try to run Warzone on here. And I'll post the results on the Twitter, or the Twitter and Facebook page. So, if you're not already following us there, please follow us there and you'll see the results. Because I'm pretty much done with this stream. But I'm not gonna sit here and wait for Warzone to download. One thing I should have done is maybe had this SSD with all this stuff on there, but whatever. We're doing it live. So, I'm going to install Warzone. I'm going to run that, see what kind of FPS we get on a $300 budget PC. And I'll post the results on Twitter and Facebook. But thank you everybody for jumping in and watching us as we build this budget PC. My name's Ben with Empower Gaming Computers. Make sure you like, share the stream. Grow it. This is one of our last streams that we had to do to actually meet the requirements for affiliates, so that's awesome. We're growing. And I'll see you next time. We're looking at Thursday for our next stream, so make sure you're available then if you want to check out the build we're doing, which is a pretty nice Ryzen 9 5900X 3090 Ti Supreme X build. So it's a pretty awesome looking build that we're going to be doing on Thursday night. So tune in for that. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good day.